Hi, my name is Matthew Wilson. I am the owner of Life Matters, and this is an overview video to talk about the Equis financial opportunity. I'm guessing you're here because somebody invited you or shared a link regarding the opportunity to become potentially a life insurance agent. With us, we are looking for agents, and we have a very specific process. And I'm here to kind of show you an overview of what it looks like, the ins and outs of being an agent, who makes a good agent, the compensation model. Hopefully by the end, I've got most all of your questions answered. But let me go ahead and share the screen here, and we'll jump right into this. I'm going to be going through kind of quickly. There's a lot of information to cover, and I want to be respectful of your time. So if you have additional questions at the end, you can always get back in touch with the person that invited you and go over that. So this is the overview. Here's what we're going to do. Well, first of all, I just want you to get to know just a little bit about my background first and why I'm here and why I'm even doing this. This is a picture of me many years ago. And if you look up in the corner, you can see my office where I spent the better part of about 12 years of my life. So I had a job, and it was a good job. It provided for my family, but I just wanted out. I really felt like this. I was goofing around one day and took a funny picture, but it's representative of how I felt. I was trapped, and I wanted to get away and have my own job. And so when I came across life insurance, or as I like to say, when life insurance found me, it's not really something I was particularly looking for, but it had all the things. It presented a vehicle that allowed me to get out of my job and have that freedom that I wanted. So I followed my heart and did this part-time, which we encourage a lot of people to do. Starting out is just working part-time and then growing it down the road potentially to full-time, which is what I did. After about 6 months, I went in and turned in my notice and left my job and haven't looked back since. So I'm now a full-time agent. I reside here in Arizona, but I work with and train teams of people across the country, including probably the person that invited you here. So hopefully that's a brief enough introduction that you kind of know a little bit about who I am and what I've been doing. But really what it came down to for me, when I came to the point where I was making that decision about whether or not to leave my job, was this. And I want to see if this resonates with you. The most dangerous risk of all is the risk of spending your life not doing what you want on the bet you can buy yourself the freedom to do it later. Now, most of us, when we've been sold a bill of goods, we've been taught to go to college, get good grades, go to school, get a job, and hopefully the company will take care of you until you retire. That may have worked well for my grandfather's generation, maybe even my dad. But if you've looked around, it's not so much the lay of the land nowadays. Risk has changed. We're in the risk business. And for me, what it came down to is the risk of staying at a job where I had to give up my dream because I knew my job was never going to get me where I wanted to go. I had to ask for permission. I didn't have my freedom. So if I wanted a day off, if I wanted to have a vacation time, if I wanted a raise, like there were politics involved. And I don't know if you're feeling this way or if I'm even striking a chord, but that's how I felt. And so the risk of staying in that lifestyle, in that life, became greater than the risk of leaving. Now, a lot of people might say that you're crazy for leaving your job and stepping out and starting a business. There's a lot of risk. It could fail, and et cetera, et cetera. And yes, all of that's true. But for me, the risk of staying was greater than the risk of leaving. As soon as I came to that realization, life became all about me getting my, chasing after my freedom, because I didn't want to look back when I was older and wish I had taken more chances and stepped out a little bit more. So that's been my journey, and I'm so glad I did. And we're very passionate now about helping people start up a business as a life insurance agent, part-time at first, perhaps full-time, or a combination thereof. So let's jump in and see what this looks like. Here's what we're covering. We're going to go over our products, our market, our tools, compensation, leads, and getting started. So strap on your seatbelt. We're going to go a lot of information pretty fast. Take notes if you want. Grab a piece of paper and whatever, and then whatever questions that you have at the end, we'll figure out a way to get the rest of those answers to you. So let's jump in. First of all, who we are. We are a passionate team of independent agents. In other words, CEOs of our own company. We're entrepreneurs. When I started my introduction on this video, I said I'm the CEO or owner of Life Matters. That's my company. Everybody that starts up as an independent agent owns their own company. So first and foremost, this isn't a job. Okay, if you're like me, that's probably what you're trying to get away from. It can start out as a part-time income on the side, but it can grow to full-time, but it's not a job. So I want you to know that first. We are 1099 contractors, and this is based on commission. So with that, that's who we are. We are a fast-growing IMO. IMO stands for Internet Marketing Organization, or insurance, I'm sorry, Insurance Marketing Organization. We started out, our agency, Equis Financial, started in 2016. Today, we are billing 8.3 million per month. So a very fast growing agency because of the leadership. They are experienced men. They know their way around life insurance. The three of them came together, and the agent's company was born, Equis Financial. So very blessed and very privileged to be a part of a great organization with leaders that are men of integrity. And we are a national business model. We work with some of the largest carriers in the world. You might recognize some of these names. You've got companies that have been around for 100 to 150 plus years. And these are some of these $1 billion+ companies. So these are who we represent every day. These are the products that we sell. And we do it from home. We do it face to face. And we're basically protecting families. Equis is built on core values. These are very important to us. These are not just writing on the wall to check off something that we're supposed to do when we start up a business, coming up with our core values. These are written in our hearts. So respect, ownership, relationships, humility, attitude, and toughness. These are our core values. And these are the same values that we expect every agent who comes on board to embrace as passionately as we do. Okay, bottom line, here's what we do. We distribute financial products in a multi-trillion-dollar industry that help middle-income Americans with burdens associated with death, sickness, debt, and retirement. Okay, AKA we sell life insurance products. That's the bottom line. So you may not realize that life insurance can do a lot more than just protect someone if they die. It does a lot more, and we do all of it. And you'll come to understand a little bit more as I go. But this is our bottom line. Our market is middle-income America. Here's the opportunity at hand. First of all, 43% don't have life insurance. But if you couple that with the 18% that have group life insurance only, which is pretty much the same thing. If you have coverage through your job, it only is good until the day you leave, right? So adding those up together, that's over 60% of middle-income America. That is one of the most underserved markets in the industry in the world that need our products. They're walking around every day and needing our products. So it's most of the people all around you that you interact with at the store, wherever you go. That's our market. They're everywhere, and people need our products everywhere they go. So sky's the limit on the opportunity. There is no shortage of people that we can talk to about life insurance, and we need, and we'll probably never even scratch the surface on having too many agents. So with that, 106 million adults don't have as much life insurance, and the need gap is more than double what it was 12 years ago. So with COVID and a lot of things going on in the financial world with people, their budgets are more strapped. People are more concerned about their mortality, and they're more concerned now than ever before about their families being okay should something happen to them. So let's jump into the tools. To get this job done, we do need tools as agents, and Equis Financial has poured so much money into a website, which is tool number one, a website that tracks everything for you. When you're a CEO of your own business, you have to look at the numbers. The numbers tell you how profitable and how healthy your business is. So we have access to a dashboard that gives us real-time data to all of our numbers anytime we want. And you'll notice on the left, all kinds of other resources as well, including submitting new applications, carrier resources, insurance toolkit, There's a whole variety of things. I'm not going to go over all of them right now, but just know that Equis has put together an amazing toolbox that helps you as a life insurance agent to do your job. Okay, so you'll also see, if you scroll down, a national leaderboard, so you can see how everybody else is doing. It truly is the most transparent business model I've ever been involved in. I've grayed out numbers because of FTC compliance. Obviously, everything is based on individual results. Nothing is promised, nothing is guaranteed. So a little disclaimer, but you should know that when you're in business as a life insurance agent here with Equis Financial, you are the CEO. You are in the driver's seat. Our team and Equis, what we do is empower you with all the tools to get the job done. Here's another tool. It's a toolbox that you can go on and do underwriting when you run an appointment, or when you're talking to somebody about potentially applying for life insurance. You have to see if they qualify, and therefore there's some health conditions and medications and things you need to navigate in order to do that. This tool makes that super easy for you. So you don't have to learn all those and memorize a bunch of information. You can just jump in and start using this and see where the tool helps you place qualified business. Okay, tool number 3, our lead system. You see, when you're a life insurance agent, people don't buy over and over, week or month over month, right? They need a life insurance policy and they're pretty much done for a while, sometimes for the rest of their lives. So you're always looking for new people. Now, you can come on board and maybe you have hundreds of friends and family, people at church groups, soccer club, you name it, where you can tap in and just ask them and write some policies. There's, like I said, 60% of the population is uncovered or undercovered, and they need our services. So if you're not afraid to talk to people, you can create a lot of leads just in your own, from your cell phone, from your contacts. However, some people are more comfortable just reaching out to people they don't know. Well, we also generate leads. Now, the leads are not free, but they do fund your business and they are profitable. So when you work your leads, you can have access to people that have called in, asked for information, or sent a form in, or in some way have requested information about life insurance. We simply call them, we schedule an appointment, and we present their options. So leads give you they remove the excuses from ever having nobody to talk to. Okay, basically, that's what our lead system does. And it's all done for you. If you're a business owner, you're going to spend a lot of money on marketing and hope to generate leads. Well, with Equis and our system here, they generate the leads already. You just have to purchase as many as you like and start running them. So that's the next tool. And then this is also very helpful. Regular coaching calls. When you start out, you don't really know what you're doing. And we have regular coaching calls all through the week to help agents in a group coaching kind of environment where we're doing it live, and we do live dials. We have a lot of group events that we're always training and helping agents become better at their craft. So regular coaching calls are very, very important. It's like practice if you're on a football team. These are the practice sessions, so that at game day, when you're on your appointment, you're on your A game because you've brushed up on all the skills needed to get the job done. So that's another tool that's very helpful. Let me go into compensation. I'm going to teach you how we are compensated. Okay, I told you that we're 1099. We are commission only. Okay, but let me walk you through a scenario. First, you need to learn this acronym. APV stands for Annualized Premium Value. Okay, basically all you're doing is taking the premium times 12. Very simple math. So let's say that Joe protects a family for $100 a month. That's the premium they're paying on their policy. And if you were to annualize that, that just basically means times it by 12 and you come up with 1,200 APV. Okay, that 1,200 APV is the number on which we are paid our commissions. Okay, so let's suppose that Joe's policy that he wrote it's a Mutual of Omaha Term Life Express, which is a very common policy. That's contracted at a 70% rate when you're starting out, like a lot of these term policies are. So we're going to use that specific one as an example. And Joe, like most agents starting out, are at 70% commission level, which is very generous. So if you do simple math, that 70% turns into a total commission of $840 just for him protecting that family, which might have taken him an hour and a half, writing a policy, getting it approved. He's going to be compensated $840, okay? Now, He's not going to get all $840 right now. What the carriers do is what's called an advance. So in good faith, they take 9 months of commission and give it to Joe right now. And the other 3 months are called back-end commissions, which he gets later. Okay. So he would get $630 now, $210 later. Okay. If somebody were to cancel their policy, one of his clients, for example, Joe, in month 4, his client said, no, we changed our minds. Well, that turns into a chargeback situation where the carrier then needs Joe to compensate back the remaining balance prorated, or the carrier simply takes it from his next commission. Okay, that's a chargeback. It's very common. It's industry-wide in life insurance. And I encourage all agents, if you're writing quality business, if you're not trying to oversell the client just to get a big commission, your business generally has a tendency to stay on the books a lot better, and you will greatly reduce your chargebacks. So anyways, they compensate us very handsomely, but we are responsible in case the business does not stay on the books. So we do have to be quality agents. We do have to provide service for our clients so that they get the right product and they keep that product to stay with them, which is their intention from the beginning, is to stay with that product. So that's how we're compensated. Now, I'm going to take you through a scenario. We're going to take that 630 down to a little bit around where the national average is, which is about $500. Okay. And I'm going to take a scenario. So if Joe wrote more of an average size policy for $500, this is what it would look like. Now, you don't even have to pull out your calculators. This is not rocket science math. Okay. 2 applications a week times 500 would be about $1,000. Again, these are the national averages. 5 apps a week would, at $500 a piece, be $2,500, right? Very simple. And now sometimes your commission might be $100. Sometimes your commission might be $1,500. It's hard to say exactly what your commission will be because it's based on the size of the policy and the type of policy and the contract rate at which the carrier has contracted that policy with Equis. So it can be all over, but I'm just talking in terms of general averages. If you stay focused on your activity and just put in applications every single week, the averages always turn out. There will be good commissions and there will be bad commissions, but it'll always even itself out. So here's our business model. Anybody ever heard of Robert Kiyosaki? He created this thing called the cash flow quadrant, wrote a book about it, ESBI, which stands for employee, self-employed, business owner, investor. Okay, these are 4 areas of a quadrant that he created where money comes from. And you can apply this to any person, any situation. Okay, we either make money as an employee, self-employed, business owner, or investor. So let's, and by the way, before I came on board with Equis, I was an employee. I was trying to get out of that. I wanted to be self-employed, which is what I am now. But let me show you about the full benefit of the Equis system, because it doesn't end there. So personal production, this is what we call selling insurance. Okay, I sell insurance every day. I'm virtual. I'm here in my home office and I'm on the phone and I'm just talking to people. I sell insurance. Okay, so what that is self-employed. It comes from the S quadrant. Why? Because number one, I don't have a boss. Okay, I'm self-employed, so I'm writing my own paycheck. Okay, now, the cool thing about the Equis opportunity, like I said, it doesn't stop there. You can evolve and head over to the business owner quadrant. Why would you want that? Well, on the left side of the quadrant is active income, which means you have to trade time for dollars. So somebody tells you what that number is, right? The market might say that put a price on it. Your boss right now, if you're an employee, your boss might be putting a price on it. You're worth $20 an hour or $30 an hour. Someone else is telling you how much time or how much dollars you are trading your time for. Okay, that's all on the left side of the quadrant. As a self-employed, I'm just doing it myself. I'm probably getting a higher amount than I am than when I was employed. However, it's still trading time for dollars. So on the right side of the quadrant, as a business owner investor, you're not trading time for dollars anymore. You've leveraged your time by duplicating yourself or by leveraging the duplication of a system. Okay, so through duplication, you're able to now get yourself to a point where you have enough money coming in, whether you show up or not. Okay, the money starts coming. It's called residual, right? So once you start having that Problem, you have money to put into investments. So now you're buying real estate, you're investing in stocks or the market or a business or whatever, and hopefully continue that passive cash flow. And that's how the wealthy become ultra wealthy. At least that's how Robert Kiyosaki describes it in his book. So looking at this, if we sell insurance on the S quadrant, maybe one day we don't want to keep selling insurance the rest of our life and we're going to get tired of it. Well, that's why we build and we move over from the S. We don't stay there. We start there, but we don't stay there. We move over to the B quadrant. Okay, let me show you what that looks like. So here's an example. As a manager, okay, you have the opportunity to duplicate yourself. Okay, and you can do this from month one, or we can wait, or whatever. This is up to you when you want to step into this role. But your commission level, let's say that you grew and you gave yourself raises, because at Equis you can do that, up to 90%, okay? You earn those raises through your merit. There's no politics involved. You don't have to ask permission from a manager. You don't have to catch them on a good day. If you've done the work and you hit the numbers, you get a commission increase. So you start at 70. Let's suppose after a period of time now, you are at 90%, okay? And you start a new agent on your team at 70%. That is called a spread between the two, and it's 20%. Simple math, right? Well, this is what this means, okay? This is why this is so big. This little concept right here is a game changer if you wrap your mind around it. Because what this means is insurance companies or carriers will gladly pay you to train other agents to sell their products. How many agents can you train? As many as you want. So start wrapping your mind around this. What if you had 3 agents and one had an override spread of 5%, one at 15 and one at 10%. So you're making different amounts from different agents. Why? Because some grow faster than others, naturally, right? But if collectively you had a team volume of 25,000 APV, annualized premium value, you would be a sales manager. You and your little team growing would be a sales manager, which is very cool. You start getting bonuses, okay? Awesome stuff. Equis pays bonus. I'll show those in a minute. Let's say that you, and right here, you're selling and building. So you're still selling for your own paycheck, but now you're building to start getting some of those override commissions. Okay. So we're going from the S to the B quadrant. We're actually playing in both different quadrants at the same time. Let's grow your team a little bit more. You got 5 now. You're a regional manager. Okay. You're still selling and building, still playing on both quadrants, but now you're shifting over to more on the building side until the point at which you have a big team and lots of override commissions. And now you only are building. You're in the building because you have enough volume that you've replaced your income, and then you can just keep it going. Because now you've got people in there that want to do what you did and want to be a manager like you. And they're going to grow with or without you. And that's when it gets fun. So that's our business model. Selling insurance and teaching other people to sell insurance. That's really all we do. Okay, here we go. So this is the compensation model. You can see down at the bottom right here, it starts at 70%. Okay, for all brand new agents, we generally start them at 70%. Now you have the chance to go up every 2 months. So if you hit a personal production on the left here, 5,000, you can go up to 75 on month 2, 80 at 75%, 2 months later, 85, 90, et cetera, et cetera. So in a relatively short period of time, you can give yourself 5% raises. There are people, when I had a job, I would work years and years and hopefully get a 3 or 4% raise. My boss wasn't very good at giving raises. Maybe you come from a better environment, but to be able to get a 5% raise in 2 months is insane to me. Every 2 months, another 5%, all year long. That's crazy. So that's what the Equis compensation model does. Now, that's just with your personal production. You can also qualify if you start building a team, which I just showed you on the right side of the quadrant. You get one other qualified writer or person, agent, right? That's writing business, 15,000 between the 2 of you, and you're going to get your bump. 20,000 between the 3 of you, 25,000 between the 4 of you. Do you see where I'm going? You plus 1, you plus 2, you plus 3. Let's look at regional manager. This is where the fun begins. 50,000 group volume. Okay, 5 agents besides yourself to get to the 50,000. Now, let me press pause right there. You might be thinking 50,000 in 1 month is a lot of money. Like, how could I ever do that? I don't know. Well, I will tell you that the average case is about $1,000, maybe 1,200 of annualized premium value. So that is a total of approximately 50 policies. Okay. So if you do the math between 5 of you, that's really only three policies each per week, or 4, something like that. I'm not not a math guy, but do the math. It adds up pretty quickly. If you got 5 people and everybody's putting in 10 policies a month, that's 50 policies. 10 a month is little over 2 policies, between 2 and 3 per week. Policies per week. Think all week long, just putting in 2 policies. That's it. 5 of you, and you're a regional manager. Now, regional, twice in a, you have to get 2 months in a row. Remember, 2. But look at this, regional manager. Go over here to the tier 1 bonus, 50,000, 5 qualified riders. Guess what your bonus is that month? $1,500. You want a bigger bonus? Continue to grow your team and your volume. 2,000, 3,000, 4, 6. You can go up to the tier 2 bonuses. Look at some of those numbers. Those are monthly bonuses, non-charge backable. It's just Equis saying thank you for all your hard work. We are in the distribution business. The more we distribute a higher volume of life insurance products to middle income America, the more we are compensated. Okay, bottom line. If we do it by ourselves, and I know some agents that just go gangbusters all day long, they're just selling, and they produce a lot. They're staying in the S quadrant. That's one way to do it, but you'll burn out. So a lot of agents like the idea of building and growing a team and spreading that love around for a bunch of agents, and we all grow together. And every single agent has the same opportunity as you to grow to those same levels. Okay, there is no politics. This is the most level playing field I've ever seen in business. Okay, let's talk about all the ways that we get compensated. Here we go. We get monthly raises. I talked about most of these. Renewal commissions. This is when you buy certain products like whole life or indexed universal life, or if you sell one of these products, every time they renew, you're going to get a small piece of that. So those renewals start adding up over the years. Production bonuses. When you hit certain numbers of personal production, you get a bonus. Override commissions, I talked about all those. That's the spread. And then managers bonuses. That's the regional manager, that 1,500 of those tier 1 bonuses. Very cool. Builders boost. This one I haven't talked about. If you want to open up a storefront and get serious about your business, Equis will pay you a monthly bonus check as a builder's boost to help with staff and your electrical bill and your rent and all that stuff, because we are all about helping and empowering people to build businesses. Okay, so that's a cool bonus that kicks in. Carriers offer all kinds of incentives. A lot of times it's cash, sometimes it's a trip, or it can be on a gift card, but carriers give out all kinds of bonuses as well. So those are all different ways that we get paid. A day in the life of an agent. Okay, let's break this down. Like I said earlier, we sell insurance, and then what? We teach other people to sell insurance. That's it. Let's keep it simple, right? Here's what selling insurance means. You buy some leads. Or you don't even have to buy some leads. Talk to friends and family, talk to whatever. But a lot of people just buy leads because it's easier. Book appointments, write policies, get paid by carriers. Okay, on the policies that get approved, you get paid. Boom. This selling insurance is, as you know, the self-employed quadrant. Help other people sell insurance. That's the business owner in quadrant. So we're building and producing. Okay, that's our business model working the way it was designed to do. Okay, if you were to proceed, the partnership would look like this. We have some stuff we bring to the table, and there's some stuff you bring to the table. So here's what we bring. We bring leadership. Okay, I think that's really important. I teach new agents, one of the most important decisions you'll ever make is who's your mentor in this industry. I see way too many people that don't have mentorship. They're flopping around and they can't make it because they don't have someone in their corner teaching them how to do things. So leadership, we provide that. We have excellent mentors and excellent training. It's all available if you simply embrace it and do what we teach. That's your part. You've got to do what we teach. But leadership training, I'll kind of put those together. Products, of course, Equis has all the products, all the debt elimination, retirement solutions, of course, whole and term, indexed universal life for retirement, annuities. There's all kinds of products that we offer to help people financially. Lead access. Again, you don't have to do your own marketing. You're a business owner. You can just buy leads that are ready to go. How awesome is that? And then all the tools that I showed you. Okay. That's what we bring to the table. Your part is you got to have some technology, maybe a laptop, a phone, access to e-applications, stuff that most people already have. If you're a virtual agent, it's nice to have a good camera and a little bit of sound equipment so you look presentable on your appointments. Willing to learn. You need to be willing to learn. You need to have the heart of a student. So you got to show up. Okay. You have to follow our values. We have 6 of them. Okay. Can you remember what they are? Very important that you follow our values. Show up and engage. Okay. We have regular calls. We have trainings. If you're not willing to show up to improve yourself, you're probably not going to expect really great results. So you do have to show up and engage. And then I bolded this last one because it's very important, but work ethic and desire. I can help most agents out of any situation as long as they, number one, have a desire, they want my help, and number two, have the work ethic. We'll put forth the work required to get them out of whatever. If you're trying to get out of your job, or if you want to make a certain amount of income this year, whatever that looks like for you, we can help you get there, provided you're willing to work hard enough and you bring the desire to the table. So that's the stuff we can't do for you. You got to show up with that. All right, getting started. Here's what getting started looks like. Number one, there is an independent contractor agreement that everybody signs. It establishes your relationship with Equis. It also gives you your profile, your back office, access to all the training, and a whole bunch more things. So, that's step number one, is docu-signing that independent contractor agreement. Number two is you got to enroll in a study course if you're not licensed. If you're licensed, of course, skip that. We'll go right to contracting. But if you're not licensed, we have a free study course we can enroll you in. It takes about 2 or 3 weeks, and you should be able to get your test. Your test passed. It's not overly hard. Number three, once you pass your test, you get one of these little bad boys. It is a license, and it authorizes you to write products in the state where you reside. So contracting, if you already have a license, you're going to skip right here. As soon as you get your license, you will start contracting. That's with all those carriers that I showed you earlier. We've got about 4 or 5 that are our core family of carriers we're going to start with to keep it simple for you. That's who you're going to do most of your business with. Okay. So contracting is just them approving you to represent them. Okay. That's the contracting process. And it's just more paperwork. It takes 1 or 2 weeks. It's pretty simple. While we're waiting for contracts to come back in, we're completing our online training. That's the sales training. And we're building out a strategy for you. We do a personal face-to-face or one-to-one onboarding and build out your game plan so you know exactly what to do as soon as your contracts come in, okay? Number 5, kickoff call with your mentor just to make sure we're all on the same page. We've crossed our T's and dotted our I's, and we have all your questions answered, and you are 100% ready to go. And number 6, of course, start selling. So just like what I talked about, get some leads, make some calls, schedule some appointments, and run your business. So that's really what it takes to get started. And that is as raw and real as I can make it. Now, if this appeals to you in any way, or if you have other questions, okay, maybe by now I've kind of turned you off, or maybe by now you're kind of excited. I don't know. But I will say this, if you want to talk to somebody, I'm going to say get back in touch with the person that brought you here or that invited you onto here. Get back in touch with them, and they'll talk about next steps. Okay, we can talk together if you want, or however you want to proceed, but you need to get the rest of your questions answered so you can know to move forward. But I will say this as I close, and I'll let you decide how to move from here. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not a shortcut to success. There is no silver spoon. Nothing replaces just good old-fashioned hard work and putting in the activity. You don't get strong going to the gym without putting in the reps, right? Reps and sets, that's what we talk about. Here, sets and reps, same thing. That's what we do. That's what we teach. That's what we live every day. And that's why mental toughness, right, is one of our core values. So love to welcome you aboard. Take a look at everything. Make sure you're comfortable. And if you like what you see, get back in touch with the person that invited you here. We can schedule a chat with myself, get the rest of your questions answered. And if it looks good to you, we'll get you going. Thanks a lot for listening. Have an awesome day.